Oh, yeah, Manic Monday. Welcome back. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's the bad boys of baseball betting. Your favorite handicapper's favorite handicapper, the big man, John Laghezza, at John Laghezza. How creative. On the Bird app, check me out any time of day, any day of the week. It's Call to the Pen. Here on Monday, Mr. Coop on the ones and twos. Really, he never stops working. I swear. I got to say, I'm number one. I'm never going to relinquish hardest worker guy doing the business. But, man, I'll tell you, Rob P., the pizza man from north of the border, hat tip my guy for bringing us to this show, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. The restaurant where the chefs eat, all their usual suspects up in the principal's office waiting. The DJs are here. It's Taco Core, TC, Jeff L, Michael K, OPMG. What's going on, everybody? Brian Rose, Insight. I just saw Avatar. I see you. I just saw Way of Water, which is like, okay, but 3. Gosh, I mean, maybe I'm getting old, my old age, man. 3 hours and change. I was like, this thing could have been in pieces or fast forward some parts. But anyway, enough of that. More of this, right? Who cares about that? Fastest show in MLB, absolutely anywhere. Man, I'm just waiting to get hot. I tell you, I was talking to some friends of mine. I was talking to Coop, in fact, and Matty Williams, who we have had as a guest and up in the comments every so often. Kind of hitting like a lull, right? And I'm like up on the year. I know the show stuff. If you want to follow my stuff, you got to follow the sharpener work, and I get stuff to show for my paid stuff. It is free if you want. And I'm more into supplying the data and the algo scores than anything. And to be up and feel like this is you're going through it sometimes. And I think, right, that's part of the reason people do gravitate towards me, right? And come at you with all this numbers, analytics, this and that. I feel like I'm very good at it, right? We got to be honest with ourselves. I think I'm very good at analyzing games and handicapping all this stuff. People love my delivery system. I have a lot of fun doing it. I think it's educational. But again, it doesn't mean like I predict the future. Get these games right. It's just not how it works, right? It's just not how it is. And, again, you feel like sometimes you're putting all this work. Like, how could you get it wrong? Well, you miss in the last inning and your ball gets deflected. And, that stuff seems to pile up sometimes and it can build on you. So today's lesson, of course, like I always say, two-parter. Disconnect sometimes, right? So that's what I did yesterday. Full on, boom. No, nothing. Not a single bet made. Good for me. Barry Horowitz style, And I think it's really important to do that. And it could be during a hot streak too, because sometimes you could burn yourself out, right? You're running hot, so you want to keep going. And sometimes that's just as important to make that disconnect and get away from it. So to me, that stuff really, really matters. Again, it's a marathon and not a sprint. And just to reiterate, that even me who does this stuff all the time, I do go through my own ups and downs, but I feel like I'm very good at making sure that I dust myself off and I always put out my work every day and it's neat and it's on time, right? And I put in the same amount of effort, right? And the same focus. And I think, right, that's the final piece, the last bow before we go. Rate, review, and subscribe. This doesn't earn a like button. I don't know what will. Ring the bell, right? Ding. I hear no bell. You got to control the things you can control, right? I don't swing the bat. I don't throw the ball. That stuff's not up to us. But the way we present our work, the way we go after it, the amount of time we spend on it, the amount of focus we put into it, that stuff really does matter. So, all right, let's get into the games. It's like a half a slate today, which is a little bit of fun. So I got to do a little lesson. We'll do a little baseball. It's the Braves and Charlie Morton. But today was very weird. The line's getting posted really late because we have a couple openers. This is one of them. It's Charlie Morton and the Braves minus 215 favorites going to Detroit Rock City. Boom. And it's Tyler Holton. Again, he's just going to open. He'd been pretty good. Last time they paired him with Reese Olton, Matt Williams, who we already mentioned. Believe it or not, Matt, you can go back and listen. I already brought you up. And how it's important to have people to speak to, right? And that we all got to go through our ups and downs. Or again, I'm very honest. I was speaking to you about this, but it's important that we can stay in control of the things that we are in control of. Doing good work, keeping a good attitude, understanding we don't throw the ball. It's not our fault. We just do what we got to do. And if you really get beat up, you just stop with the money. Remember, people, I'm always betting, just not always risking. I think that's important to understand as you get into this. So again, I don't want to jump on any of the Detroit numbers on the pitching side because I actually think those guys have been good. The Holton and Reese combo, if that's what you're getting, has been good. I'm not 100% sure, and I think that was the problem with the delay. Obviously, the big story here is the disparity in the offenses, right? Atlanta, just awesome, and it's funny because they're such a sellout team. And I think the reason I don't like them, right? As good as they are on offense, obviously they're objectively good. But I don't like that they're not like a disciplinary sound because that's normally where baseline would work. Braves bottom 5 in walk rate, bottom 5 in swinging strike in the wrong way, right? Meaning they're the highest, but the worst. Bottom 3 in chase rate, right? But they don't necessarily strike out, which is weird, but that might come. But it doesn't matter. The hard hit rate number 1, barrel number 1, then average OPS, all top 5, lefty righty X1 with splits through the roof. The Braves are awesome. Flip side, Detroit Tigers are atrocious. Of course, we bet on them 2 days ago. They hung a 0 through 5. Yesterday, they go and score runs, but that's what you're going to get. 193 team batting average, last 500 plate appearances. Yikes. 262 OBP, a 568 OPS, bottom 3 in K rate, bottom 3 swinging strike, bottom 8 chase rate. Not any good. 84 zone contact. Worst in the league in pulling the ball. 254 WOBA. That's a 59 WRC plus for the Tigers. Yikes. Really, really rough go. Same thing in the bullpens. Tiger bullpen, which had been good, is starting to fall apart. Last 51 2/3. It's a 4.5 ERA, but a 4.4 Sierra, 1.5 whip. 44 hard hit, Eaton 4 losses, double-digit walk rate, not any good. Atlanta Braves, speaking of very good, 40 2/3, 1.77 ERA, 0.84 whip, 145 batting average against. Wowza. Half a home and 9. Obviously, you kind of like the Braves, right? What's funny, the book I'm looking at doesn't even have the run line posted right now. Matt didn't see anything like me neither, right? It's weird. I think I was sniffing around the Atlanta team total, which is always possible. But at 5.5, Jay, could you bring it up just to give people an idea, right? It's 5.5 and probably juiced. Like that I can't go to. Braves for over 5.5 and even money I could sniff. But I don't like needing 6 and paying juice. Jeff L. and Matt W., right? Our sharpest tools in the shed agreeing. Nothing much here. One thing I do want to mention also, again, everybody needs somebody sometimes. Matt just, tends to be one of my guys. Having people that are not only positive, but also kind of challenging the space. Remember, you got to follow Matt. Really doing a lot of cool work. He really turned me on to these pitching props that you've seen us get into, and we've done very well. Again, I'm a pitching-centric guy. And also, I think you get more opportunities when you're pitching than you do hitting, right? Plate appearances, walks, hit by pitches, and stuff. So just to give you an idea, I never want to come across a flip-flopper, but not too many games today, so it's kind of fun to do some lessons. I think it's Atlanta by 1 million. Again, smart money probably on the team total, but again, I'm just going to pass this one over. Next on up, it's the Rockies. Connor Seabold plus 215 Dogs. Go to Boston to face the Red Laundry in the northeast of the United States, somewhere, from what I understand. I know for a fact they're going to bury the lead. I know some sharp people are on the Rockies to win today. Now, again, I try and do all of my own work before looking at anybody else's. Because I'm not saying I don't want to be influenced. You want to be influenced in a way, right? If you feel that challenge, maybe you don't have the conviction that you should. So again, right, you shouldn't wear blinders. I just like to do my work first and then maybe look at other stuff. Matt, on cue, one of the sharps I was talking about. Let's get into it and see. I don't know if I can get there. Let's check it out. Connor Seabold, 47 2/3, 5.10 ERA, 1.4 whip, OPS up near 800, not any good. XFIP, K- walk ERA, and Sierra all at 5 or above. 16K, a bit low. 9% K- BB, 8.5 swing strike, 19 whiff. I mean, the strikeouts are just not there. 28 O swing, 89 zone contact, right? So he's going to be pitching a contact to these Red Sox, the Red Sockers. I just love to see what he's seeing, right? What the other sharps are seeing. Again, I never think I know everything. Seabold has suppressed hard contact. 7 barrel, 3% blast, 310 X WOBA, really not bad. 340 X WOBAcon is very low, to be honest, right? So he has been good suppressing. Bit of a tough go against righties, batting 280 on a season 860 OPS. With some struggles at home or on the road as well, right? He's in Boston, 5.4 ERA, 1.5 home run. I don't know if I can get there. James Paxton's been really good. 3.8 ERA, 1.23 whip, 7.08 OPS. Earned run indicators all 3.25. 33% K, 25 K- BB, 14.5 swinging strike, CSW over 31, whiff rate over 32, Z contact below 79. I mean, he's been very, very good. Lots of fly balls, but an inordinate amount of pop-ups, which is fine. 12% barrel, so the misses are going over. I think we're getting to what Matt's seeing. Also, weird reverse split. Now, again, I don't necessarily have the answer to this. Matt, I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to get to that in a second. That's why, dude, whatever we should work together. Let's just finish with Paxton. One thing that I noticed, again, heavy reverse splits. I don't really buy these on pitchers, to be honest, especially with good pitchers. So Paxton has a 350 batting average allowed to lefties, 1035 OPS, more than 2 homer 9. Like, I just don't know. You don't get the appearances. It's what you're looking for the righties, right? 200 batting average, a 37% K rate, 623 OPS. And again, Colorado offense, kind of trashy. 296 team OBP, last 500 plate appearances. They have a 20% K minus BB as a team. 35 chase, bottom 8 fly ball, bottom 4 hard hit. Also, I think that, Matt, this is where they lost me. And again, then I'm going to cover Matt's lesson because there really is something to that. Again, for the audio-only listeners, rate, review, and subscribe. But I got to admit, you're missing a little something in the comment section here. Something Jay and I were talking about before, which is kind of unique about this show. Like there's a third element kind of going on in the comments here. People, we're talking about stuff, but they're adding on and moving it and coming up with their own stuff. There's a whole new ecosystem in the comment section. A lot of sharp people there, right? Again, when I say the restaurants where the chefs eat, I mean it. Like there's people smarter than me here. The sharps are here laying groundwork. And again, I like to think we do a lot of the things that the other kind of more anodyne providers don't. Boston offense, flip side, bit of a low, but again, the underpinning stuff I think I'm into. 325 team OBP is not bad. Excuse me one second. The disciplinary basket looking really good. 20% K to 10% walk. Top 5 in chase rate. Top 8 in zone contact. Top 3 in hard hit rate. So I think they've been a bit unlucky. I got to add Babbitt to the sheet. I think they've been a bit unlucky, these Red Sockers. So again, I think we have a distinct edge here. And the lesson I wanted to get to was what Matt mentioned. Okay, Matt, again, very sharp. Reading the board is something that I fail at sometimes, right? So I do like all this data work. And then I go look at the board. And like, if the price is not good, it doesn't matter. And that's the real point. Matt mentioned that the plus 225 is 30% implied odds, right? In a high variance game. The math flags this as a value for me. So this is a really sharp representation of, I don't know, I'm not saying you can take this the wrong way, of like an older school betting, right? Older school bettors are very sharp in this manner. And again, I think why Matt has kind of then moved it over is because he's so sharp analytically. And I always think that's the answer, right? It's never the old school, it's never the new school. The idea is kind of understanding everything and then trying to amalgamate, right? Using both in combination. So I see where you're going, but I'm not buying it at the end of the day. Again, it's all the phases. The Boston bullpen really has not been good. So remember, it is possible. Anything goes. Right? If this one's 2-2 through 5, it's anybody's game afterwards. So I think where Matt's going, is it's not outlandish because it's baseball, baby. And I might even go so far as to say, if you were to blind bet every money line that's plus 200 or greater with an equal amount, I bet you're profitable on the season. Because I don't think they lose at that rate, right? Just, right? You get, some of these games are plus 300. It turns out people can't believe the Yankees lost. And it's like, it's baseball, man. Crazy. So again, I don't know if I really have anything on this one. I want to, I had pitching stuff today that I want to make sure I share because I'm not in love with the board, like, at all. Okay, this one I did have. Can you bring up the Seabold walk prop? If it's near even money, I always kind of like these. I brought up the disciplinary basket is not any good. The walk rate and the ball rate not crazy, and I'm not sure what's been going on. If it's as of late, it looks like it's the switch to starting. So check it out. When you look at Seabold stats, and again, I try to bring the nuance into context, but now I'm noticing a hiccup in this game is the reliever starter splits. So you see 8% walk rate, 34% ball rate on Seabold is very good, right? His control. However, all that stuff is before he started starting. So since he started, he's had at least 2 walks in 6 straight starts. He had 3 walks in 2 of them. So it's every single game. If this one is near even, you take that one. Yeah, let's get that one. Let's go to Seabold over 1.5 walks. Again, Hat tip to my boys, kind of Frank Amarante and Matty Williams and the Dream, MLB Dream, guys that we've had up on the show that have kind of helped me see more of the field. Right? Again, I do all this work on the general market. Money lines are very hard to beat. So you need to be selective where these prop markets are a bit softer. Okay, let's move it on. I think that's a clear hole. And I think people are seeing all the walk disciplinary stats for Seabold and not realizing when he moved to a starter. In fact, I could probably get this right now. So hold on. This will probably be worth it. Fangraphs now added these cool, like you could split and like time sort on the main pages, right? So the walk rate is over 11%, 135 whip. So the walks are there. And just put the cherry on top. I mentioned the Boston offense as far as discipline goes. 10% walk rate, 30 chase, 87 zone contact. Now, maybe the contact will hurt us if he lives in the zone. But he's just been walking guys like crazy. So Boston's been taking their walks. Let's hit this one and move forward. Again, I didn't really like the general board, so I moved into the pitching props. I got to admit, the more I look at them, the more I really like them. Every single day. I mentioned one to Matt earlier in the DM that every day there's like one or two total misprices. We nailed the Blackburn under 1.5 walks my subs the other day. It was plus 155. He's a control pitcher. I mean, he had a couple walks first getting into it, but the ball rate wasn't there. And I'm telling you that has been the biggest thing for me, looking at ball rate greater than sign walk rate. Let's go. It's the Giants, San Francisco Giants, and Logan Webb, minus 130 favorites against Mr. Freedom, Matthew Liberatore, plus 120 dogs in St. Louis. Did I feel like I posted this one? Okay, I'll tell you. I don't know why I didn't. I should have went for St. Louis to San Francisco to win this one. I'm like scrambled a bit. Logan Webb is awesome. 309 ERA, 109 whip, 657 OPS. Sierra at 3.2, 20% K minus BB, 30% CSW. Check. Ball rate below 33. Check. Bully metric popping off the page, right? First strike plus O swing over 100. Bully metric gets up, gets ahead, makes you chase his garbage. 69 first strike, 35 O swing. Bam! Easily clearing it. 59 ground ball, 31 hard hit, 297 X-WOBA. This is Logan Webb. He's been awesome. Flip side, Matthew Liberatore. Do me a favor, Jay, when I must have been missing F5 pricing compared to the full game. I had full game 130. Is the F5 really had juiced up that I passed over it? That really could be what happened. It happens to me all the time. You know, looking at, right, the F5 is 145, so I passed it. I think we're going to take the ML, Jay. So just get ready to fire up the San Francisco money line. Yeah, I'm not going to pay for the F5 because I think we're going to slaughter them today. Other side, Matthew Liberatore, 6 ERA, 1.6 whip. Yikes. 5.4 xFIP, 5.6 K minus walk ERA. Expected ERA over 7.25. A 4.2 K minus BB, 20 CSW, 43% ball rate, 19 whiff. Yowza. Oh my goodness. And I'll tell you, I got to eat this one. Because I really like Liberatore for fantasy purposes. Bring up the Liberatore strikeout props. I posted this one as well. I was, again, you know, it's funny where most people's strikeout props are always on the over. And if you watch Friday, that was great. I think I had such a great conversation with Ninja, with pitcher Ninja Rob Freeman, where generally people go over, and he was like, yeah, you know, I go over. It's sexy. It's part of the game. You know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, these unders are hot, dude. So I know I went under Liberatore K props. I mean, last 3 starts total. 5 total strikeouts. I mean, that's just not it. He's not K'ing anybody. That's a 10% K rate for those of you keeping score. And the other side, Giants offense, 23% K rate, a little bit better than average, 11% walk, 10 swinging strike, 29 chase. Oh, they're not swinging and missing. And they ain't chasing. So I think they're going to, Liberatore is going to have a hard time. I don't think he's striking out 5 Giants. Let's go. Wait a minute. Oh, it's under 3.5? Oh, boo. I think I got under 4.5. Oh, no, I did get under 3.5. But I got plus 130, so move that. All right, pretty close. So let's go for it. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Again, I don't think he gets 4 strikes. He's not striking out anybody. He's not fooling anybody. He's not striking anybody out. And there's a possibility that like he gets run. I know I saw some people beefing with San Fran against lefties. I got the X-Woba pretty low, but they're kind of rocking right now. They also added some new bats to the lineup. Again, I mentioned the San Francisco money line. I'll take that also. So I'll go San Fran money line, full game. Oh, it's minus 125. Nah, scratch that one, Jay. We got to try and win, dude. I'm telling you, I don't like the red ink, bro. It's freaking me out. So let's stick with the plus money bets. Let's do the thing we do. Let's try and get back to green. So Matthew Liberatore under 3.5 strikeouts at plus 125. I'll dig on that. He hasn't had the strikeout pitch. The Giants are not buying nonsense in the zone. So I don't know. They're making contact and stuff. I just think that one's a little bit mispriced. I guess I can't really go any further. NBA props up in the building. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, my dude. Today we build. I just mentioned I watched Avatar over the weekend. I see you. I love that. I've been saying to people, they look at me like I'm freaking out of my mind. All right, don't answer that. Next up, Tyler Anderson. Oh my God, I have to eat such a loss on him. Oh my God. Again, I don't delete tweets, but I look like I'm so dumb. Because everybody was crying, he's going to regress, And I was like, it's fine if he regresses a little bit. He was great. He's not great. He was going to pick 250 in fantasy drafts. I was like, dude, you grab this guy. He's been awful. Tyler Anderson, 5.6 ERA, 1.5 whip, 843 OPS. Earned indicators agree. Sierra at 5 3/4. Yikes. 14.5 K to 10.7 walk. He has a 4% K minus walk, 10% swing to strike, 36 ball. Not any good. 30 O swing. Oh, yeah. Too many fly balls, though he has kept him in the yard. Still a 340 ex-Woba. Righties just doing work. So anytime you have a pitcher, that's like anytime you have a pitcher with a hole in their game, you're going up against Texas. They're in a lot of trouble. Texas is really good. Tyler Anderson against righty so far in the year, 295 BA allowed, 874 OPS. And he's walking 10% of righties. Awful. Plus the 5.4 ERA on the road. XFIP north of 6, 870 OPS. He's probably in a lot of trouble. Flip side, Dane Dunning. 2.5 ERA, 110 whip, 603 OPS. Earned run indicators not buying it, though. So I do like Texas. I'm not paying the juice. I think Anderson gets demolished. But people paying juice for Texas, I think that's my bad chalk today. So I'm probably, just as I vocalize it, I'm probably more like an over. Check it out, Dunning. Expected ERA up near 5, K minus walk ERA over 5. 15% K really low, 9 K minus BB, 8% swing to strike, 19% whiff, 89 zone contact. He has got a head, but does not induce chases. He suppressed hard contact, keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the ball in the yard, which we know works. I don't know what it is. It's just something that is touching the wrong way here. 257 BABIP is a bit low for that, as hard as he's getting hit. Again, if you're going to play the contact game with the Angels, let's check it out. Last 500 plate appearances, they're tops in home runs, 23 ding-dongs. Top 5 in runs scored, 335 OBP, 800 OPS. Not somebody you want to feed him to. The zone contact is down, but all the power metrics that I generally like to fade from contact pitchers. Man, I'm going to get to that in a second. Man, my algo fell a bit short. And that's another one. I have to speak to OPMG about this one, where I'm not going to change my modeling. I think I may have to change some of the parameters. Again, we're going to get to it in a second. LA has a power profile that we like to fade. 43 fly ball, 44 pull rate, 43 hard hit, double-digit barrel. Right? When you get fly ball plus pull plus hard hit, right, you're getting elevated fly balls, double-digit barrel, you're getting smoked. Also, as bad as LA has been, it's generally against lefties. They're pretty good against righties. As far as ex-Woba goes, Texas, we've already mentioned it. Offense, probably one of the best in the league. 288 team batting average. 355 team OBP, 833 OPS, like a borderline all-star, in every position. They don't strike out. They take their walks. They don't chase. No double plays. Tons of line drives. Tons of hard hit. 360 Woba, 131 W, RC plus. Texas Rangers, really, really good. And tops against ex-Woba last 30 days against lefties, 367. Team ex-Woba against lefties. So Maddie said He didn't want to pay for the Texas full game. Understood. Copy that. He does like the F5 -5. There's so much to unpack here. Sometimes I wish I had just a theory show, right, where we could dig into some of the why or the hows. Even I generally rely on the algo. Like I said, I'm close. I have 5.5 right in the nose. I have a 2.9 and 2.6, which is like a hard 3 for Texas and a 2.5 for LA. But generally, and again, when I always talk about the model reading, those high marks are not supposed to be read 1-to-1. If the max of the model is going to spit out a 6, and you're never going to get to 9, the only way to get to 9 is have the 6. So I probably need to line it up my mind a little bit. I'm hearing there's seen some chatter about the bullpens. Let's check it out. I got you guys and girls. Angel bullpen. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Check it out. Talk about why you come here for the nuance. Last 47 innings, they have a 2.5 ERA. That's them. Us, 4.6 Sierra, 20% K to 11 walk, 88 zone contact, 41 hard hit, more than 1.25, homer 9. Angels bullpen, not named Esteves. I'm actually, believe it or not, man, Texas bullpen, they're looking pretty good to me. Last 38 innings, 2.84 ERA, 2.9 Sierra, 0.97 whip, 30% K, 200 batting average allowed, 6% walk, 0.2 homer 9. I'm going to have to push back right now. Texas bullpen pitching pretty well. Actually, makes me feel pretty good about a little better about the money line. And maybe not as good about that F5, but feeling pretty sexy. Maybe about the LA team total. What can we bring that up, Jay? Angels full game team total, right? Looking to capitalize on a regression for Dunning, looking to finish it off on the bad bullpen. Oh, we need 5. I was really hoping for 4 and juice. I absolutely love it. Yeah, we hashtag we hate bullpens. But you show me a good bullpen, and I'll show you an ML loss, dude. No doubt. Honestly, no doubt. It is such a nightmare. Again, I was thanking Matt for something else today. Yeah, you're the star of the show today, secondary star. That I've been kind of going back to my F5 roots because these bullpens are just a nightmare. All right, we got to hurry up. Let's hustle through it. Man, I still have a few games to go. I got to hurry up. It's Luke, the Dream Weaver, and the Reds, plus 100 dogs, going to the Royals with cheese and Zach Greinke. I'm not buying any of the Greinke success. I don't care about any of it. I'm not buying it. I understand it's not walking anybody, but that's about it. I don't care. You can't pitch like this. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. He's a 212 batting average allowed to righties, 554 OPS. I'm just honestly I'm not buying it. Luke Weaver, 6.25 ERA, 1.4 whip. 900 OPS, just atrocious, man. The K rate started to sink. He had all these strikeouts. That's going in the toilet, right? Now the K rate down to 22, 10% swing strike, 27 0 swing. So like he's another one. This one, I don't know how this. I couldn't bet on a team on this one. Huge disparity. Kansas City offense, has been terrible. 230 team batting average. That's a 72 WRC plus. Cincinnati, team O coming alive, man. Adding dudes. Andy McLean, and Ellie, all of a sudden, and then of course I have stalwarts like Kevin Newman going to clean up the rest of it. All kidding aside, Cincinnati getting it going. And they were very good. They're very good from a disciplinary standpoint. Let's see if I have any. I don't have any of that on my sheet. Although, like I said, I could definitely feel the over on this one, 8.5. Let's hop into the bullpens. Both of these bullpens have been atrocious, right? So again, if you're going to bet anything, it's over 8.5. I'll take over 8.5 on this one, actually, now I'm looking at it. Cincinnati, 46 in the third, 4.8 Sierra, 16K, 44 fly ball, 10% barrel. Ugh. Kansas City, 485 and 2/3, 5.7 ERA, 260 batting average allowed, 87 zone contact, 4 losses last 14 days. Yikes. Yowza. Jeff L says, man, You've inspired me to almost always avoid full games unless you're betting against Oakland. Hey, where's this we? What do you mean you've inspired? We. Head me in this thing, man. But yeah, again, I've been using it as a quick rule of thumb. Sides, I'm betting F5s. Unders, I'm betting F5s. Overs, I do like to go with the full game because I just want all the bad bullpens. But just to give you an idea, just if you want to keep yourself from kind of flip-flopping, it'll just keep you a bit more objective in your process. So I could sniff we can go over 8.5 here for sure. No problem. I thought I had something. I thought I had something else, but I gotta just hurry. No, I gotta hurry. Next up, the Flatfish of Florida, Zach Eflin, minus 250 favorites. Who pays minus 250? Going to Oaktown, I guess that's who, to face James Caprillion and the Elephants bouncing on beach balls. Eflin's been excellent. 3 ERA, 0.96 whip. Indicators agree. 3.5 walk, 30 CSW check, 32 ball check, 36 O-swing check, 54 ground ball check, 263 X-wall, but he's been awesome. Really, really good. Oakland offense starting to wake up a bit, though. They're getting on because they're walking. They're not chasing. Not a lot of power at all, but they do run a ton. So if they get on, they cause you a lot of trouble. Thanks, Jeff. One kid, man. Love the crew here. I really do. Means a ton to me, Leo. You really all do. Taking your time to hang with us. Again, it's really nothing quite like this. I don't know. I struggle to bet these. I can bring up the one that I have. Jay, can we please get the hitter props up? And I think I had Raley, but also I get it if you were looking at Wander Franco as well. I kind of went with the price, and I kind of went with the more recent stats. I'm saying like that's always the answer, but we're gonna go Luke Raley. Right, over 1.5 bases. Again, I haven't totally gotten rid of total bases on offense. Caprillion, 300 batting average allowed to lefties, over 1,000 OPS. 2 3/4 homer, 9. Luke Raley doing it in silence. Last 61 PAs against righties. 531 slug, 900 OPS, a 306 ISO. That's what we're looking for, right? 30% extra base hit rate. 5 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 shamalama ding-dongs in that span. Gotta love it. Last 17 PAs, batting 313, 1228 OPS, 563 ISO. Luke Raley is on fire. Jay, asking about the double results. Yes, you have to find them. It's very tough. I personally can't post it because they're really too hard to find. But yeah, like my offshore has double results, and betting Oakland F5 whenever you like them. Today's not the day I don't like Caprillion, but on the days where like we bet Oakland F5 and then you bet for them to lose, you hit like +4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1 of those. Matt adds Eflin under 1.5 walks. Yeah, also if you're following Frankie on Twitter, he puts out these wagon bets. Matt's also very good at manipulating these things. Again, it's a hole in my game, and I understand it. These things that just hit these crazy rates. So Eflin 1.5 walk is one of them, and they're going Arias under a strikeout, and George Kirby under 2 walks. So Matt, I could buy that one. The disciplinary basket for Eflin's awesome. 3.5 walk, 32% ball. He doesn't walk anybody. Oakland is taking a ton of walks, though. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily going to matter. You know what I mean? It's like they don't swing. So I got you. It was juiced up. It had to be part of it. Man, it might have went. Maybe they should have went with Anderson. I know I had Tyler Anderson, but it was juiced. I know what to pair it with. Anderson's was over. Maybe I would have mix those two. The mixed bagger. All right, let's go. I can't pay for the Rays, but I will pay for Raley. Next up, it's the Fighting Phils and Matt Straub, who I've really liked this year. I wish they didn't mess with him. He was really good as a starter. They jerked him around. Up against great American patriot Tommy Henry, signer of the Constitution. Matt Straub, 3.6 ERA, 104 whip, 650 OPS. All the indicators really solid. Sierra right at 3, 32.5K, 25K minus BB. This is really good. 31 CSW, 80 zone contact. He's been really, really good. He has given up some hard hit balls, but they're on the ground. I mean, it's been a mixed bag. I'm sorry, I should say that. But lots of fly balls, but also lots of pop-ups. I think that's important. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I did. But the batting average suppression has been excellent. 222 max BA. Lefty, righty split. Yes, baby. Striking out 27% of lefties, 34% of righties. I mean, he's been really good. Tommy Henry, I'm just not buying it. Again, we've gotten smoke going up against him, but I'm doing it again. Here we go. Tommy Henry, 4.4 ERA, 1.3 whip, 770 OPS. XFIP, K- walk ERA, and Sierra, all above 5.6. 4.2 K- BB, 10% swing to strike, 24 CSW, 23 whiff, 37 bull rate. I can't believe it's 56 first strike. This guy sucks, man. We got to get him. He has put the ball in the air, but it hasn't been hit hard, so he just hasn't gotten punished properly. 328 expected mobile on contact is very, very good. I think he's going to get mashed around here. Maddie's saying Henry over 1.5 walks. That one didn't make my sheet, although I know I saw that as well. So I green light, thumb up that one. But I know something I did have. You know what? I don't think I paid for the price, but I want to highlight it for people. Because I know we have DFS people and prize pick people out there that like to parlay these same game stuff. And if you're going to get it, it's going to be the Phillies lefties today. Henry against lefties. It's been a disaster. This does not have an out pitch. 300 batting average, 923 OPS. But again, the thing we like to look at is that he's 6% strikeout, 1 3/4 home and 9. I don't know. I think today's a day. Hopefully. Again, I've lost a bit. You know I mentioned the cross split, but Schwarber's really good right now. You know, it's funny. He is one of those dudes, and we've seen it. When he locks, there's no split. You don't feed. Once Kyle Schwarber's hitting multiple home runs, like in a week, you just ride it and then it empties. The tank is empty. It's full. It spikes, and then it goes empty again. And you'll know. So I think he's going to struggle today. I've been thinking the Phillies offense. Disciplinary basket kind of whack, but the contact quality has really ticked up as of late. They're starting to pull. They're starting to elevate. Top 3 hard hit rate, double-digit barrel. Arizona offense has also been very good. It's a bit weird because they put the ball on the ground so much, and they don't pull it all. They don't really barrel it. The X stats are not strong. But Arizona has got it done. When they've hit it, it has done work, you know. Again, they steal, and it turns into scoring runs. The OBP is really high because they walk. So I think it's Strom through 5. I know I bet Strom F5. Bring up the pricing. Sometimes I move these numbers to the point I don't like it. That I bet it in the morning and I don't bet it at noon because I don't like the pricing anymore. I'm not paying. I just want. I wanted like 10 or 5. That's at 15. I guess we go 115. I believe. What I don't believe in is the Phillies bullpen, so I want to avoid that. So whenever I'm going Phillies, they're an F5 team for me, certainly. Let's go. We got one more to do. We'll get out of here right on time. Oh, this was the major misprice that I mentioned. Give you an idea of the nuance and the context pouring out the nose. Please rate, review, and subscribe. And again, remember to use the app, betstamp.app/call to depend. Use these links. Take you right to the book. You get the better price. I don't know. It just couldn't be any easier. I know it's like, yes, we'd all like to use one book, but until sports books are regulated and it's all standardized. Alec Bohm also back. Insight says, love that big piece. Yeah. You know, until they standardize, you got to have different books. I'm sorry. Because, again, if you're just using one book, you're literally going to eat 10%, 20% on every single – all these things. You got to do it. Matt does a very good job. I don't do it. I probably should. People know I'm using BetStamp, but meaning, you know, he'll put PB, FD, PointsBet, FanDuel, right? And, again, if you have this open, you'll go right to it. And if you have these sites, you're going to be saving, and that's what it's all about. I think some people are doing it because they like to parlay. That's going to get you in trouble for a totally different set of reasons. All right. Bring up the Jesus Luzardo walk prop, please. Okay. So this one I had a major issue. Just smashed the under, everybody. It's still, well, I moved it a touch. It was at plus 150 early. It's at plus 130. Let's take a look. Okay. Again, it's Jesus Lizard, Miami Marlins going to Bryce Miller and the Mariners. I really like both of these pitchers. And I think both of these teams are the offense. Well, the Miami offense is on Carmelina. Can't say the same about Seattle. Miami bullpen's been good. Seattle bullpen's been bad. So this one I'm kind of struggling with as far as the lines go. But I do love this walk prop. Jesus Lizard on the year, 28K to 6% walk, 13 swinging strike, 30 CSW. Now, he does not get ahead. 57 first strike is not great, but he does induce chases, and he does win in the zone. So right off the bat, you know, there's a case for it. But I did just a little more of a dive. And this one really kind of jumped off the page for me. So last 5 games started. So we're talking about last 28 and a third from the Jesus Lizard. Then we'll get out of here. 4 total walks. It's like a 3% walk rate. He's just not walking anybody at all. He hasn't had multiple walks in a month, and that number's at plus 150. So I love that. Bring up the recap. We'll do it as fast as can be and then get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on this Manic Monday, the show that never ends. Okay, so we got Connor Siebold over 1.5 walks, right around even money. We got Matthew Liberatore under 3.5 total strikeouts at plus money. We have Cincinnati and the Royals. Royal offense going to come alive today against the Dreamweaver, going over 8.5. Jesus Lizard under 1.5 walks, that beautiful plus money. Luke Raley over 1.5 total bases at that beautiful plus money. And then the Phillies, standard VIG, F5, money line, that will do it. Thank you to everybody in here, including those, especially those, I should say, participating in the chat. You are what makes the show so very special. Insight, OPMG, Matty Dubs, Brian Rose, love you all. Tyler C, Jeff L, Damani, NBA Props, all the guys. I can't even get to Michael K. All you guys. I just appreciate all the ladies and gentlemen that have participated. Let's go get some money today. Keep an eye on the pitcher props. Check me out on Twitter. Take you to the pin tweet. Go check out the data. It's free. Man, I'm telling you, the best stuff or the bets that people are coming up with off my data. I think my data is the nut hand. It's what I spend all my time on in the morning. And having people then, without the fatigue, then building off it is where it's been. So thank you all. Let's go get them tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow live at noon. Make sure you hit the notification bell and press the like button because that stuff matters way more than it should. Tell your friends about the fastest show in MLB anywhere. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your day. And when we're done with the book, enjoy that pay. Remember, when you work this hard, it feels a lot of stuff out there.